Yes, we are live. So, hello everyone, welcome back to Geeks for Geeks. My name is Muskan Agarwal, and today we are here with yet another very interesting webinar. And we have a very special guest with us today for this webinar. I'll add my guest to the stream quickly, but before that, can you just confirm me in the comment section if I'm perfectly visible and audible? Just give me a thumbs up in the comment section if I'm perfectly visible and audible. I'm looking at the comment section, and yes, if there are any technical glitches, just let me know. Right. So this webinar, as you all must have already read from the title as well as from the thumbnail of this webinar, this will be around data analysis, and Ashish will help us with that. So I will add him to the stream quickly. I'm just waiting for a few more people to join, so you can also ask your friends to join the webinar. Also, along with that, we have a very interesting contest by Swiggy. So the details of the contest is there in the description box below as well as in the comment section. So do not forget to check that out. Yes. Just waiting for another maybe 30 seconds, and then I will add my guest to the stream quickly. Okay, I think we can add. Yes. Hi, Ashish. Uh, he's been disconnected. Just give us another 1 minute, and he will join us really soon. By the time, also guys, if you have any questions or something that you would like Ashish to answer, you can put down in the comment section, or in the form that is there in the description box below, and we will try to take them up during the end of the webinar or during the webinar. Okay. Also, all the relevant links that Ashish would be using would be present in the description box below. So, yes, do not forget to check them out. You can easily find all the links and all the data sets that would be needed in the description box. So, yes, just give us another 1 minute. He'll be joining us really soon. Okay, Ashish has joined us. So, I'll add him to the stream.
Hi,
Hi,
Muskan.
Ashish. Hi, Ashish. How are you doing?
I'm great. How are you?
I am great as well. So I can see that, a lot of people have already joined the webinar. So, and they're really excited in the comment section. So are you excited for the webinar?
Yeah, for sure. Like because we are going to do it almost for the first time, and
Yeah.
there are a lot of things that we are going to perform in this session, including like data analysis, your personal recommendation system. So a lot of you can watch movies after that as well, like make after making their own recommendation system. So yeah,
Yes.
a lot of things are yet to come, and I'm very excited as you guys are.
Yes. So it seems like a really interesting webinar that is, ahead of us. So guys, if you are watching this, so watch till the end and follow Ashish. Also, before starting the webinar, Ashish, can you quickly tell us a bit about yourself so that they can connect with you better?
Yeah, sure. So my name is Ashish Jangra. I'm working with GeeksforGeeks from last 1 year, last 14 months to be more specific, and I'm working in the field of data science, specifically like data analysis, machine learning, deep learning, and computer vision. And I'm training student from last 3 years during from my college times as well. And I've trained more than 20,000 students in these fields. And yeah, that's a bit about me.
Yeah, I think this field is a little less explored, and but it has a lot of potential in the future, right? So, right. So I think from here on you can take on Ashish, and I'll take my leave. Yeah.
Yeah, sure. Okay. So, hi everyone. And so, just without wasting any time, let me first tell you like what are all the things that we are having to discuss today. So, just let me present my screen. So, do let me know if the screen is visible to you all. Is it visible? Do let me know in the chats. Okay. Hi Nitish, Nishit. Okay, great. So this is one of the data set that we are going to work on. Okay, we are having basically two data sets where we are going to work on, and after that we are also having an assignment for you, because most of the time what will happen, we are like coming live teaching you how the whole thing works end to end, and once the session ends you will just stop like what to do next. So today we are also having a customized data set that we have created. We are going to share that data set with you, and we are going to give you a couple of things that you can perform on this based on the thing that you have learned, that you will learn in this session. Okay, just stay tuned for that. And the custom data set that we are having is of Swiggy. So of Swiggy, we have created the data set of all the restaurants that are listed on Swiggy in India, all the different cities with the regions. So what's the cost of the restaurant? What is the name? Where it is located? All the things that you can imagine of the restaurant, we are having that on Kaggle. Okay, so we are going to discuss about that as well, like what are the things that you can do by your own once the session ends. But before that, this is one of the data set that we are having. Okay, so this is IMDb's movies data set. So you all guys, you know what is IMDb. It's a website where we are having a lot of website, a lot of basically movies or series listed, and this data set is having more than 2.5 million movies or series listed. Okay, and in that data set, if you scroll down, so basically, first of all, what is this website? This website is Kaggle. Okay, is there anyone who already have an account on Kaggle? Do let me know in the chats, because Kaggle is one of the most important platform when you're talking about data science. It seems like for DSA we are having Geeks for Geeks, and for data science specifically, where we are having a lot of things already publicly available data sets. So Kaggle is one of the most explored platform out there. Here we are having a lot of things that we are going to discuss about Kaggle. But if you are new to Kaggle or new to data science, make sure to have an account on Kaggle. Okay, once you are registered on Kaggle, there are a lot of publicly available data sets out there. Okay, and once those data sets are available to you, so you can perform different kind of things on that. Okay, we are going to explore Kaggle as well as we proceed further, but for this point of time, this is the data set that we are going to work on this data set. Here you can see this is just an Excel file, to be more specific. Okay, and a CSV file, to be means Excel or CSV, both of the things means the same. Here you can see we are having 2.5 million movies. Each movie is having a name, year, rating, certification, duration, genre, number of votes, gross income, director ID. All these things we are having for the movies, and we are having a total of 2.5 million movies of different genre. Okay, here I have clicked on movies.csv. It's of 676.9 MB file, and the best part of about Kaggle is you don't need to download anything. You can write the code on cloud itself, on their own servers. They will provide you the sources. Okay, after that, if you click on genre, I'm just telling you about the data set so far. Okay, so you know there are different kind of genre we are having. So if you click on biography, so these are all the movies that comes under biography. We are having 91,451 movies. Okay, so you can individually take a CSV file and work on that as well. For musical, for Horror, most of you might like horror as well. Like here you can see, and at the top we are having Stranger Things. Most of you might have seen those movies as well. Okay, so this is about the data set, but you know this is a very big data set, and most of the people, most of the students out there might not have that good knowledge in this field. So what I will do, rather than jumping directly into this bigger data set, I would like to jump into first of all the smaller data set of IMDb top 250 movies only. Okay, this is the data set where I would like to start with, where we are having top 250 IMDb movies. Okay, as I scroll down here, you can see we are having total 250 movies. Each movie is having a specific unique ID. Here you can see Shawshank Redemption is the number one. Then we are having Godfather, Dark Knights. Most of you might have seen these movies as well. This is when it is released, their IMDb votes, their rating, certification, duration, genre, and all these things. If you are also having their cast ID, we'll proceed further as we as we proceed further, we'll discuss about all the things. So let's jump into the coding part now. Okay, first of all, we'll discuss about IMDb top 250 movies so that you will be familiar with how the dataset work, how the dataset is structured, how we can write the code. And then as we proceed further, we are going to discuss about the larger dataset where we are having 2.5 million movies. Sorted. So to write the code, this is the link that we are having. You can get this link from the description as well. Or what you can do, you can go to my Kaggle profile. The link of that is also in the description. And from that, let me take you through that. So, as I've told you, Kaggle is a very decent platform, and its ranking matters a lot. Means if you're sharing your Kaggle ranking with the interviewer who's going to take your interview, definitely the interviewer can see like you have created these many data set, you are having medals in your data set, you have created these many repositories. So this will make a good impression for the interviewer, that like he knows that you know these things, because a lot of people are validating your work. Okay, so this is my profile. So you can go to that. If you click on data set, here are a lot of data sets available out there. We are going to work on two of the data set, IMDb top 250 and IMDb movies data set. And then at the end, I'll give you assignment for Swiggy restaurant data. So if you click on IMDb 250, top 250, it will open this data set for you. Now what we need to do, you need to create a new notebook. So what I will do to create a new notebook, I'll click on new notebook. Okay. This session will also give you introduction about how you can use Kaggle. Okay. So screen is not clear. Okay. Let me zoom a little bit in. Okay. Is it better now? Okay. I'm hoping it is much better. So, so let's name it as IMDb top 250 movies analysis. Okay, so once here you can see, I'm hoping you are having a little bit of knowledge about Python, how Python works, how syntax in Python works. Okay, and we are using one of two most important libraries in data analysis. That's NumPy and Pandas. Okay, what you can do, you can click on this play button, and then the session will start, because we are writing the whole code on cloud. Okay, and because we are writing the whole code on cloud, so means Kaggle need to provide us some resources, right? And it is actually providing us the resources. Here you can see it's like loading, and once it's loaded, it will print all the CSV files that are there. Here you can see, if you hover over it, it can tell you, okay, these are the resources that you have got. You have got 16 GBs of RAM, 73 GBs of disk space, CPU utilization, all these things you can see from here. Okay, now we'll start writing the code. Okay, and the main CSV file that we are having is this movies.csv, as we already know. So what I'll do, first of all, I'll load this CSV file. Okay, and to load the CSV file, I'll take PD, because in pandas we are having a function that will help you to load the data set. So I'm writing pd.read underscore CSV, and here I will pass the whole path of that CSV file. and I'm going to pass the whole thing in a df. Df is just a variable that I've taken that stand for data frame, because whenever you are reading the data from a CSV file using pandas, it will return you the data in terms of a data frame. Okay, once you are having the whole df here, you can print a df, and this is the data that you are having. Okay, the data set contains the rank of the movie, because we are having top 250 movies. So the first is Shawshank Redemption, then the second is Godfather, third is The Dark Knights, then Aladdin 247 rank, 248th rank Gandhi, and The Help 249, and Beauty and the Beast is 250. This is the year of released. Okay, these are the IMDb votes. How many people have voted for that movie? What is the IMDb rating? What is the certification, duration, genre? Cast ID. Cast name, we are having the director ID, the name of the director who directed the movie, the writer name who has written, and the writer ID, because every movie is unique, is having a unique ID. For example, if I'm talking about The Godfather and The Godfather Part 2, these are two movies of same series, but how you will identify these are two different movies, because Godfather is Part 1, this is Part 2. So for that purpose, for every name, we should have a unique ID. Every movie should have a unique ID, so that no complications will be there. And because of that, The Godfather is having this ID. The Godfather 2 is having a different ID. And as we proceed further, similarly, we can have two directors with the same name. Right? Two directors can have same name. Two cast members can have same name, right? But they might be totally different people. So what we need to have, we need to have individually ID for a particular cast member, for the directors, for everyone. We should have a unique ID. That's why we are having the cast IDs and writer ID, director ID as well. Sorted. So first of all, let me tell you the process. Whenever you are having a data set, what you should do. Okay, so the first thing that you need to do once we are having the data set is, you need to first of all check the data set. What is there in the data set? How many rows are there? How many columns are there? What are those rows and column means? All these things you need to have a means you need to go through first. Okay, and now you can see, once I have displayed this data frame, I'm having a basic understanding what this data frame is all about, right? We are having the name, the year, the votes, rating, all these things we are having. Okay. Now let's do one thing. If I scroll down here, you can see we are having 250 rows and 15 columns. What does that mean? That means we are having 250 rows, and each row is having the data of one movie. That means we are having the data of 250 different movies. Simple. And for each movie, we are having 15 different features of that movie. Okay, or 15 different values of that movie. And what are those features or values? We are having the rank, ID, the name of the movie, the year of the movie, IMDb votes. These are the 15 different things we are having about that movie. Okay, now what I need to do, I need to check if there are any missing values in the data set or not. That's also very important. Okay, and how I will check the missing values? To check the missing values, I will take the data frame. I will use is null function. If I am executing it, it will print you a data frame with true or false. Okay, if you look closely, here you can see 250 rows and 15 columns are here, and 250 rows and 15 columns are here as well. So what is the difference? The difference is, whenever I am writing is null, this will print you true only if there is any null value in a particular cell. Okay, for example, if the ID, if I'm not having the name of this movie, or if let's suppose if I'm not having the year release of the Shawshank Redemption, then what will happen? This particular cell will be true. So is null will actually make check which will validate if there are any null values there in the data set or not. But here you can also see you are not going to go through the whole data set and check how many true or false values are there. For that purpose, you can write dot sum execute it, and this will tell you that we are only having one null value in certificate. Rest all the data we are having. Okay, and once we are going to work on the bigger data set where we are having 2.5 million values, then things are going to be a little complicated because we are going to have a lot of values null because we are having actually 2.5 million 2.5 million data points, 2.5 million movies or series. Okay, it is still blur. Okay, let me zoom a little bit more. And is it better now? I'm hoping it's better now. Okay, great. So what we are going to do now, once we are having these things with you, now let's start analyzing some of the things. Okay, and to analyze the things, let's take the data frame. And here you can see this data frame. I think I need to zoom a little bit out because the screen is like too big for me. So let's suppose let's add a couple of questions for analysis because we know there are no null values. All the columns are important, and now it's time for the find for doing the analysis. Let's do the find the first answer. Okay, if I am performing top 5 movies in terms of their IMDb rating. Okay, if I want to find the top 5 movies in terms of their IMDb rating, how you will find the answer to these questions? So the answer is once you are displaying this data frame, the first 5 rows will be the answer, right? And I want to print the top 5 movies name. So what I can do, we are having special function in data frame because all the time you don't want to print the rows, all the rows. You might be looking for a specific number of rows to display. So for that purpose, you can write df dot head. If you are writing df dot head, it will display you first 5 rows. Okay, and similarly, if you are passing any number, let's suppose 10, it will display you first 10 rows. Right? What do you want? You want first 5 rows. So this is the answer to that. If you want to just display the name of the movies, so what you need to do, this is the whole data frame. And in this whole data frame, we are having, each column is having a name. Rank is a column name, ID is another column name is another column name. So what you want to do, I will select the name column. If I'm selecting the name column, these are the 5 names we are having. So what I can do, I can convert them into values, okay, which will be converted into now array. And once we are having an array, I can print for name in all the values and I can print the name. So these are the top 5 movies in the top list as per the IMDb rating. Simple, right? Because I already know the data set is in the sorted order, right? Because IMDb rating 9.3 on top, then 9.2, then 9.0, then 8.9, and it's in the it's already in the descending order. Okay, but if it is not in the descending order, I need to sort the values based on ascending or descending order, right? Yes, well done, Asi. The head is a function that you can use. Rag is also saying like we can use tail as well. Tail is something that we will use if you want to go at the bottom. Want to find the bottom. The means out of 250, if I want to select the last 5, then I can use tail. Okay. For example, if I'm taking df.head, so df.head are top 5 and df.tail is the bottom 5. Okay, Jabin, Aladdin, that's also a very good movie. The Hell, Beauty and the Beast. Sorted. So first question is answered. Now let's jump into the second question. Okay, and with every question, I'm going to increase the complexity. Okay, so let's discuss now top 5 most rated movies. Most rated movies. Okay. Now here I've changed the question. Okay. Most rated movies means if I'm talking about most, it's to be most voted movies to be more specific. That's going to be a better option to write. So most voted movies means I need to take IMDb votes column into the reference. And here you can see, here we are having 1,90,000 for Jeffy, 4,06,000 for the next rank, 22,89, 2,28,000 for the next one. Means it's not in the sorted order. We need to sort the values by ourselves. And to sort the values, I'm going to tell you a couple of inbuilt functions that will help you to do so. So what I need to do, I will go to, first of all, I will select IMDb. Here I have written IMDb, but that's okay. Slash votes. If I'm selecting it, let's select the column name again. I think I have missed the column names. So we need to take, yes, so this is the column name which is giving you all the number of votes given. Now what we will do, we need to sort these values. So to sort the values, I am having a function sort underscore values. Okay. And here I need to mention one very important thing. For example, if I'm printing data frame and I know I want to sort the values, I need to know by which factor I want to sort the values. I want to sort the values by IMDb votes column as a reference. So here I write by this column as a reference, I want to sort the whole data frame. So now if I'm executing it, this is the answer. Here you can see IMDb votes 28,680 vote for this movie. Then after that, these are the this is the next movie. This is the next one, this is the next one, and till the end. Here you can see the Shawshank Redemption is the one where we are having most number of people voted as well. Dark Knight is number 2, Inception is number 3, Fight Club is number 4, Forrest Gump is number 5. Now, here the data is in what? It's in ascending order. What I want the data to be in descending order. So what I'll do, here I'll also perform, pass one more parameter here you can see as well. Ascending is equals to true. So if I'm writing ascending is equals to true, it's in the ascending order. It's already there. I want it to be in the descending order. So this is the data that we are having now. Now what we want top 5 most rated movies. So I want top 5, so I'll go for dot head directly. These are the top 5 movies. I want to display their names. So let's select the name column. This is the answer. And I want to display the names in this format. So let's do that as the dot values. And then we'll go for name and let's print the name. So here you can see the things are a little bit changed. If I'm talking about the top 5 movies in terms of their IMDb rating, it's Shawshank Redemption, Godfather, then Dark Knight, Godfather Part 2, and 12 Angry Men. But if I am sorting the same thing based on number of people voted, the list is now changed. The order is now changed. Right, and that's something that we need to take care. And here you can see the Shawshank Redemption. Then we are having Dark Knight. Then we are having Inception, Flight Club, and Forrest Gump. The first movie stays the same. The ranking of second movies changed, and third, fourth, fifth are totally different movies. Okay, so this is the sorting that we have done. Okay, how we can sort the values based on a particular use case. Okay, now what we will do, let's suppose I want to find what's the oldest movie out there in the list of top 250 movies. Right, in that case, what I need to do let me know in the chats what I need to write in terms of code. If I want to find the answer to this question, what I need to write in terms of logic. What's the oldest movie which is in the list of top 250 movies? Yes, let me know in the chats. And till that time, let me tell you the solution. Those who know, do let me know in the chats. Okay. So what we will do, we'll do exact same thing. Nothing will change nothing. But instead of sorting it by number of votes, I'll sort it by year. And once I have sorted by year, these are the movies. And these are the movies in ascending order, in the descending order. I want to make it in the ascending order. So these are some of the oldest movies out there. Okay. How you can find the exact year of the movie to check like if everything goes fine or not. Here you can see this movie is from 1921, then 1924, then 1925, right? The journal 1926. So this is how you can find these things out, right? We are having a data set and we are analyzing the things based on that data set. Okay, and now let's jump into the genre part. This is where the things are start spicing up, because we are going to discuss about which genre is having most movies in terms of top 250, means it to stay in the top 250 of the IMDb rating, right? There might be couple of there might be a genre which are having least number of movies in the top 250, right? For example, if let's suppose we find an analysis that there are 20% movies that are there in top 250 of IMDb rating that are of drama or crime. That means to stay at the top of IMDb rating, we should move towards crime or drama, because there are a lot of movies that are in top 250 that are under crime and drama, right? These are the assumptions we can easily make. And let's suppose if a person like a movie from crime and drama, so then what we can do, we can recommend them the movies based on their the movie that they have liked from crime and drama. So we will recommend them the Dark Knights because it's also action, crime and drama. We'll also recommend them The Godfather 2. We'll recommend them 12 Angry Men because they are from crime, drama, right? But we will not recommend them the Aladdin. Can anyone tell me why we are not going to recommend them the movie Aladdin? We are not going to recommend them the movie Aladdin because if we are recommending them the movies Aladdin, that is totally different genre. If a person like the Shawshank Redemption or let's suppose the Godfather, which is having crime and drama genre, is not gonna like Aladdin because it's a totally different genre. There might be a chance like he like Aladdin as well because like it happens it happen most of the time. Then we can go for another approach. But the easiest approach of recommending the movies is in the same way. Same time, it happens as well. Earlier days, what will happen if we are going through a website? They first of all they will ask you a couple of movies. Like they will give you a list of 5 movies, and they will ask, okay, which movie you like the most. Then they will ask another question. Out of these 5 movies, which movie you like the most? This is basically to collect the data, like which kind of movies you like the most. Based on that, they will have an understanding. Okay, you are more towards these kind of movies, so it will recommend you those kind of movies only. So rather than giving you random movies in the beginning only, it will ask you a couple of questions. Based on those questions, it will start recommending you the movies. And in the same way, if we are talking about Netflix, so Netflix is also regularly checking like which kind of content you are watching. If there is a movie that you have started and you have completed that whole movie in just one go, so that means you really like that kind of content. So it will automatically recommend you the same kind of content, right? So this is how the things are done. Okay, so now let's start working on the genre column. Things might get a little complicated, but stay tuned, everything will be sorted as we proceed further. Okay, so what I'll do, let's suppose I'm searching for this genre column. So let's go in this manner. For I, let's suppose for genre, I'm spend for the genre. So we are basically painting the genre of all the movies. First movie is of drama. Here you can means take a reference as well, just to check if everything seems fine or not. So here you can see the first movie that we are having. Let's print data frame here. So first movie is of drama, Shawshank Redemption, then crime drama, action crime drama. And here we are having the data in the same order: drama, crime drama, action crime, and drama. Sorted. Now, if I want to know how many movies are there which are of genre drama, only drama. Okay, so what you can do, you can easily check if genre is equals to drama. Then what I'll do, I'll take c is equals to 0. I'm taking a counter and I'll increment the value of c by 1. And at the end, what I'll do, I'll print that genre and means basically I'll print C. So if I'm executing it, this is telling you how many movies are there with the genre only drama. There are 19 movies with the genre drama. Simple, right? So similarly, what you can do, you can find how many total number of genres we are having. So what I can do, I can take TF of genre column, and from here I can write dot unique. And this will give you list of all the combinations that are there. We are having drama, we are having crime and drama, we are having action crime drama, we are having biographies, we are having action adventure drama, all these things. Okay. Now question for you guys. That is, if I want to know the movies which are having drama genre there, if I want to know about all the movies, it's not about only drama, it will also include crime and drama because drama is there. It will also include action, crime, and drama because drama is here as well. Okay, so in that case, what I will do, I'll manipulate the things a little bit and let's see how the things are done. So let's suppose if we are having crime and drama. Okay, first of all, I am telling you the naive approach. Okay, the fundamentals how things are working. So here you can see if I am writing drama is equals to crime and drama, that's not equal. And same thing is happening here as well. If it is drama, when they are true, then I am counting the things. But if it is crime and drama, it's false. How I can count it? In that particular case, I will check if drama is there in this string or not. And now if I'm executing it, here you can see drama is there in this. Okay, even if I'm writing small d, it will give you false. But I know for all of the throughout the whole 250 movies, all of them are starting with a capital letter. So what I will do here I will check if drama, I'm not calling equals to, I'm calling if drama is there in the genre or not. That means even if one column is matching, even if one genre is matching, it will keep on counting that. And now if I'm executing it, there are 177, literally 177 movies that are having genre drama out of 250 movies. And here you can see if I'm having 250 movies in total, 177 movies are having this genre. So you can easily find that out how much important that genre is. 70% of the movies in top IMDb rating are from drama. Means people are more tend to tend to watch drama. Simple. So what should be the next step? So now what we are going to do, we are going to check for all of the unique genres. Okay. So first of all, I'll find the unique genre that we are having. For that purpose, I will find df.unique. This will give you, df of, I will take. So these are all the genre we are having. And what I'll do, here you can see we are having drama, here we are having crime and drama, but I don't want to know the repeated ones. I just want to know the unique ones. So what I'll do, I will go through all the genre. Okay. For I and BF of genre, let's print I. I'm telling you a simple process. Okay, what I will do, I know that each genre is now splitted with a comma. Okay, so what I will do, I've split every genre with a comma. These are all the genres we are having. Now, every movie is having a genre that's in the form of a list now. That's the first genre, drama. The second movie is of crime and drama. Third movie is of action, crime, and drama. So what I will do, I'll take genres list, and in that list I'll append everything. Plus equals to that split. So what will happen here? You can see drama, action, crime, drama. And at the end, if I'm printing this list is having the same thing, but all the elements are there in one list. Now what I can do, I can pass this through a list, through a set. What is a set doing? Set is basically help you to find the unique items from a list. And here you can see these are all the unique genres we are having. Okay, so here I am writing unique genre is equals to a list. I'm converting it back to a list because on list it's really easy for us to process the things. Okay, so if I'm executing it and printing the unique genre, so these are all the unique genre we have. Now, what would be the next step? The next step is I'll perform this operation on all the genres. Right, that's something I'm going to do. Okay, so that I'll have a understanding. Okay, how many movies are there in top IMDb rating, in rating point of view, like what's actually happening in the data set. So what I will do, this is the operation that will help you to do so. This will help you how to find it for crime, for drama 137. Okay, if I'm going for crime 51. Okay, for horror it's 6 movies. So what I will do now, I'm going to automate this whole process by passing it through the this for loop. Okay, so what I will do, I'll pass it through for loop for suppose genre in unique underscore genre. What it will do, it will take one genre at a time, and that one genre I'm going to calculate what it is doing. So here what I will do, I'll print genre and see. If I'm executing it, here you can see it is telling you how many movies are there in each genre in top 250. So here you can see the most popular one is drama. There are 177 movies of drama there in top 250. So that means logically, if you are thinking, if you want to be on the top of IMDb rating, which genre is having the maximum chances? Yes, you guys tell me. Do let me know in the chat. Which genre is having maximum chances to be on the top of IMDb list? It's drama, right? Sport is not going to be the one because it's having just 5 movies out of 250. Musical is not at all because there's just one movie in IMDb rating. But for drama, there are a lot of them. Okay, so this is just writing all the things from scratch. Okay, how the things are doing if I are doing and doing everything from scratch. Okay, so now let's do one thing. Let's start discussing about the recommendation part. Okay, if a person like a particular movie, how you can recommend them the movies. Okay, that comes under the recommendation system part. Okay, and then we will jump into the bigger data set. That's the last thing that we are going to perform on this data set. Yeah, and you can treat it like your own recommendation system as well. Sorted. So now let's do one thing. Let's take crime and drama for once. Okay, first of all, let's suppose let's take a data frame, and from the data frame, let's suppose if a particular person, if one person like the Godfather. Okay, so we can go for a user interface through web development to check, like we'll display them couple of images of the movies and to check, okay, which one you like. Based on that, we will take their genre from the database, and then we can start analyzing the thing and predicting like which kind of movies that he might like. Okay, so the first thing is definitely if a person like crime and drama, what we will recommend them? We'll recommend them exact crime drama only. Okay, once that part is done, once all the movies or let's suppose crime and dramas are done, then we will recommend them crime drama and we can add action, we can add mystery, right? Then we can add different kind of things to it. We can also sort the things based on the number of reviews, right? For example, if a particular person like crime and drama, let's suppose a person like The Godfather. So IMDb rating of Godfather of crime and drama is 9.2. Okay. Then what we will do, we will recommend them another movies as well of crime and drama. Okay. But we will not display them all the movies in one go. We can display them based on their IMDb rating. Okay. We might have a movie, let's suppose of 8.9 rating, right? In that case, I'll not display that movie in the beginning. I'll display them the movie with 9 rating because that's definitely a better sign to display. Okay, so for that purpose, first of all, let's display how we can display the exact same genre. For that purpose, what I will do, I'll take the genre, I'll take crime and drama, and let's suppose if a particular person like crime and drama, what I'll do, I will this time I'm just going for a for loop for IMDF of crime and drama. Or let's do one thing from data frame only. Let's take uh, the genre from the genre. What I can do the exact same thing in this manner as well. I'm taking the genre column and I'm writing and drama. So here you can see it is displaying you only the rows where the genre is crime and drama. That's true. Rest of them is false. Simple, no rocket science. So what should be the next step? You will take this whole thing, pass it through the main data frame, and this will display you all the movies with crime and drama genre. Simple. So if a particular person like The Godfather, he will definitely like The Godfather Part 2, which is the best recommendation. 12 Angry Men of same crime and drama. Then we are having Pulp Fiction. Then we are having American History, Once Upon a Time in America. There are a lot of other movies as well of exact genre. Okay. Now let me tell you another approach which is called as one hot encoding that will help you to recommend you even better options. Let's suppose if a person like The Godfather and then based on the recommendation you have recommend these many movies, but what after that? We cannot stop recommendation, right? Then what we will do, we will give them crime drama and mystery, we'll give them crime drama and horror, let's suppose, right? These are the things that we will still recommend them. How we will do them? For that purpose, let me tell you a very simple approach. I'll not give you how practically it is done, but I'll just give you a approach so that you can try it by yourself. Okay, so unique genre, if I'm executing it, here you can see these are all the genres we are having. Okay, so what we can do, first of all, we'll take all the genres. Okay, and let's not take all of the genres because that might take some time to perform, but let's take the important ones. That is crime, thriller is something that we are going to use. Then fantasy is something I can remove. Animation, history, let's take history, biography, and let's suppose these are the number of genre we are having. Okay, these are all the possible genre movie can have. And let's suppose a person like Godfather. Okay, so how we will represent Godfather? I will not represent Godfather for the recommendation purpose. I'm not going to means represent Godfather as crime and drama. I'm going to represent this as this crime, this is crime, and this is where we have mentioned drama. So what I'll do, because I need to perform some mathematical calculation, and I cannot perform mathematical calculation on strings. So I need to represent it in terms of some numbers. And this is an encoding technique that I will use. Now, I know adventure is not there. Godfather is not having genre adventure, so I'm writing 0. Is it of horror? No, it's not of horror as well. Is it of science fiction? Definitely not. Is it of music? No, it is not of music as well. Is it of action? No, it's not of action. It's crime and drama. So what I will do, I'm taking all of them as 0 and only the ones where means we are actually having the output that should be there. So for crime, I'll represent it as 1. Sorry. So yes. So for crime, let me take it with a couple of spaces so that you will understand it better. Yes. For crime, I'll write 1 because Godfather is a movie of crime and drama. So what I'll do here, I'll take crime and drama. Thriller is not that movie is having, so I'll take 0. War, not at all. This is not. Drama is there, so I'll take drama as 1, and mystery as again 0. This is the presentation of representation form of Godfather, the genre of Godfather. Okay, what it is telling you. Okay, just to make it shorter, what it's doing is just writing a 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 0, 1, 0, 0, 1, 0. Okay, this is the presentation form of Godfather. Okay, so now what we can do, this is a vector. You can treat it as a vector or a series or whatever you want to call it as. But this is the presentation of Godfather, or basically all the movies which are having crime and drama genre. Okay, let's take some another genre. Okay, let's take uh, another movie of, let's suppose, action, comedy, and drama. Action, comedy. Let's take the genre. I'm not sure. Drama and sci-fi. Do we have sci-fi here? Yes, we are having drama and sci-fi. Okay, so let's do one thing. Let's take this movie, Metropolis. I'm copying it, and if I want to represent it, how you will represent it, that's something that means that's up to you how you are writing the logic to it. Okay, but basically this is how the things will work. Okay, so for Metropolis, what is the genre of Metropolis? So Metropolis is having the genre of drama and sci-fi. So what I'll do, I'll go back and I'll check for how I'll present drama and sci-fi. So for drama and sci-fi, what I'll do, let me copy this whole vector so that you don't need to go through the whole thing again. So it's drama. So for drama, it's 1, and for sci-fi, it's 1. So it's 0, 0, 1, rest of them are 0. Okay, sorted. So this is the vector of Metropolis, which is of drama and sci-fi. And the number of values that are there to present each movie's genre will remain the same, because these are all the possible movies that are out there. And here we are having one more plus point, that's crime and drama, and drama and crime, both of the thing means the same. Because if I'm going for crime and drama, it will be 1 and 1. If I'm going for drama and crime, that will be also the same. So the vectors will be same. Okay. Once we have found these vectors for all the movies throughout the data set, let's suppose, Then what I can do, if a person like Godfather, that means it likes this particular vector. Then what we will do, we will find the cosine similarity. Okay, the similarity, how similar this vector is from this vector. Okay, if these vectors are superimposing, let's suppose, if this is the vector of Godfather, okay, and this is the vector of Godfather. What do you mean by that? Okay. So if this is the vector of Godfather, and this is the vector of Godfather 2. So this is also of crime and drama. This is also of crime and drama. If you are finding the difference between them, how similar they are fully similar, 100% similar. The more similarity it is having, the on the top we will display it on the top definitely. Okay, so this is how we can present these things. This is how, in a nutshell, very simple recommendation system works. Okay, we are talking about a very simple recommendation systems. Sorted. So I'm hoping everything is clear so far. So let's do one thing. Let's jump into the bigger data set now. Okay, because we are done from the smaller data set that we are having. So do let me know if this data set is visible to you. Do let me know, everyone, if the screen is visible to you or not. Okay. Okay. So I'm hoping it is visible. Do let me know in the chat if anyone is facing any issue. So what we are going to do now, we are going to take this horror.csv. Okay, because here we are having movies.csv, which is having all the movies out there. Okay, if I'm scrolling in here, you can see the same data set we are having, but in a much bigger format. There I was just having 250 movies. Here we are having 2.5 million movies. You can see how big a data set we are talking about. Okay, so here I have means this is also a very important point. We are having 2.5 million unique IDs, but unique movie names are just 7,74,000, means 0.7 million. That means there are a lot of movies, a lot of TV shows, a lot of TV serials that are having exact same name but should have a different ID, right? For example, if I'm talking about the Ellen show or the Kapil Sharma show, there the name will be the same, but the season, the episodes will be duplicated. The episode's name will be the same, but the ID should be different because every show we might have a different guest coming in, and these are because of that only we need to put different IDs. Okay, this is a simple implication that you can see is displayed here as well. 2.5 million unique IDs for zero point 0.7 million, 0.77 million unique name of the movies or the series. Okay, then here comes when the movie is released. Okay, for that purpose we are having a couple of them, like from 2006 to 2013. There is something that need to be processed. For Money Heist 2017 to 2021, that might be of that will definitely of season 1, season 2, and whatever number of season that's coming in. Okay, so that's why we might have multiple dates, but if there are multiple dates, we can find a particular date as well. That comes under data pre-processing. That's something where we proceed, definitely as we proceed further. Okay, hi Utkarsh. So what we will do now, apart from that, we are having the rating of the movies as well, the certificate, duration. Here you can see a couple of movies are there with 0 minute duration. So that's definitely something that's the data is not scraped successfully. So we can remove those movies. Or if we don't want to treat the duration column, then we will not remove, because there are 62% movies which are having 0 minute duration, and 62% movies means almost 1.8 million, almost 1.5 million movies. So if you want to delete the data, that will be loss of almost 1.5 million, and that's a huge number. So definitely we don't want that much of data to be lost. If it is 1 or 2%, we can remove that. For example, 2100, that's not possible, right? Because currently how we can means release the movie in the future, how we cannot write those kind of dates. So what we can do, we can remove these movies because that's just 2%. So we can take care of that because we will again have 98% of the data set available. Okay, if I'm talking about rating, rating is something that's evenly distributed, not evenly distributed, but it's distributed. Then we are having duration, then we are having genre. Now you know, you can find how many movies are there in each genre. If you are having multiple genre, how we can deal with it, how we can recommend them the movies. You are having a basic understanding how the thing works. We are also having the number of votes, the gross income. There are a lot of things that are missing there. So what I'll do here, you can see director ID is also missing for a lot of data. So what I'll do, I will, because we are just into the beginning of data analysis, what we will do in the beginning, I will tell you how the whole process is working. Okay. And we will try to remove all the data set that we think, okay, we should remove it. Okay. So for that purpose, what I'll do, I'll click on a new notebook here because I definitely want to write new code here. So what I'll do on this data set, I'll perform data pre-processing. Okay, I'll perform this data pre-processing in this because the analysis is something that you as you are having a basic understanding from the last data set that we have done. Okay, so what we'll do the same process, and for that purpose, I'll first of all load the data file df.pd.read underscore csv, and here what we'll do, we'll write our data set. So if you hover over it, here you can see the data set is loading, so we need to wait for it to load it successfully, and then we can start writing code on this. Okay, because here you can see it's 1.45 gigs of data. 2.5 million movies are a lot, and just the CSV file is of more than 650, around 650 MB. That's definitely huge. And movies.csv is something that I'll take. And in the genre, if I'm going, here you can see every genre is having a specific CSV file. For action, we are having 40 MB file. For adventure, we are having 97 MB CSV file, which is just having movies of the movies of action. But I'll do, we'll take care of this movie only, the CSV file only. So definitely these things are not of that much of use. So what I'll do, I'll take this as a data frame, and now I'll start working on the data frame. Here you can see how much time it's taking to load because it's a huge CSV file, 676.9 MB of a CSV file. You can see if you CSV file is same file that you're opening in Excel. If you are opening the same file on Excel, your Excel will definitely crash. Right? So here you can see if I'm printing df.head, this is the data that we are getting. Okay. Now, what we are going to do if we are having this particular data set? So what we will do, first of all, I will remove all those movies. First of all, let's check the null values. df dot is null dot sum. Here you can see here it is not showing you any null value. Okay. But there are a lot of duplicate values that we are having. So what we will do, we will first of all remove all the movies with the gross income 0. Okay, so this is the first step we are doing. I am doing it in multiple process. Okay, removing the movies with gross income 0. Okay. And how we will do this? Let's see that. For that purpose, what I'll do, I'll take gross underscore income. Simple. So gross income is something that we are having here. So I'll check if gross income is equals to 0. These are all the movies with gross income 0. 0 means we don't know what is the gross income. And there are 1.7 million of them. Okay. And as I've told you, we cannot delete this when we are actually analyzing it thoroughly. But I'm just telling you how the data pre-processing part is done. And at the end, if we want to have, let's suppose, only the movies which where we are having the whole data available, I don't want even a single missing value, then what I can do, I will use this approach. So what I'll do, I'll take, if the gross income is not equals to 0, then I will take that and I'll take it into original data frame. So what will happen if I'm printing the data frame now? Here you can see this time I'm only having 863,000 rows. Earlier I was having 2.5 million rows. Okay, so what I'll do, let's display in the beginning and end as well. So let's print the length of df, okay, in the beginning and length of df at the end, so that we can have a clear understanding how many rows are now removed. So earlier 2.59 means almost 2.6 million data of movies we are having. Now I'm having 863,000 only. But for these movies, we are having the data. Okay. So here you can see for these movies as well, we are having 0 still there. Okay, we need to find out any another way if there is any which will help you to do so. But for this time, let's do one thing now. Okay, because most of most of the data is now removed, but let's from gross income selecting, and now if I'm selecting 0, here you can see it is displaying false, but this 0 should be there, right? So what we will do now, we need to check how we can remove the 0. Okay, for that purpose, what I will do, let's select last 5 of them. I'm selecting last 5 of them, and let's convert them into values. If I'm converting them into values, here you can see this is a number. Okay, if I'm taking the 0th index, this is the number of, let's check the type of it. The type of it is integer. That means this is a string I am removing. I also need to remove the number integer. Now if I'm executing it, okay, let's check in the multiple process format. Earlier, okay, I need to load the data set first. And after that, I'll perform this. So this is removing with gross income 0 in string format. And similarly, I'll do the thing here, but in terms of integer. Okay. And here you can see after first step, I'll have 863,000. But after second step, we'll only having 42,000 movies remaining. Okay, but the best part is for these movies, I'm having gross income for all of the movies. Right here you can see some of them are in the million, some of them are not that big. So that's something that you need to take care. But to do with these kind of numbers, we can remove the data from a particular threshold as well, or you can also make it something like if it is more than a million, then only you will count it as the exact number. That's something you can also do, right? Now what we will do, we are now going to discuss about votes, because now we are thinking, okay, we are done with removing the movies with gross income 0. Okay, let's removing the movies with no, let's suppose with no votes, with no votes. Let's see what will happen to it. If I'm going for votes, this is what we are having. Let's go for a basic describe function for this, which will give you a basic description of how this thing is working. So here you can see we are having total these many unique, total these many values are there, because as you can see from here, unique values are 17,000, top value is 10, and frequency is 104. Means there are 104 movies whose reviews or whose number of votes are 10. Okay, so what I can do, I can definitely find the minimum. That's the minimum number of votes a movie is having. So the minimum votes are 0, and I'll definitely remove those movies with 0 votes, right? So what I'll do, I'll take votes equals to 0. I'll take not equals to, I'll take df of the whole thing into this. What I'll do the same thing here. Print length of df, print length of df afterwards. Okay, and here you can see I have removed almost 90 of the rows. Okay, so similarly, what you can do, you can also write after performing this operation, what's the minimum number that we are having. So here you can see now the minimum is 1,000. But here the thing is it's in the string format. And because it's in the string format, I cannot remove the things as it is. Okay. For example, if I want to remove the movies, because here I have removed the ones where we are having 0 votes. But if I want to, I'm adding the complexity here as well. Okay, as we are proceeding further, removing the movies with votes less than 1,000. Let's suppose less than 5,000. What you will do in this particular case? Yes, this is going to be a bit complicated. Okay, so Tommy is saying how to find highest IMDb movies that created after 2005. Yes, that's again what I would say a condition that we are writing afterwards. So yes, I'm coming to that point as well. But from this logic as well, you can understand how to find the things. Okay, so what we will do, I'm taking DF of votes. All these votes are in this format. Okay, and if I'm, let's suppose, converting them into values, so that's in an array format. Here you can see all the numbers are in single quote or double quote. And you know, in any programming language, whenever a data number is in a single quote or a double quote, that is a string. That's in a string format. Now what we will do, we want to convert it somehow to an integer format, right? Because I can means find the difference between 5235 and 5. Let's suppose I can perform some operations on these two numbers, but if they are converted into, let's suppose, this format, how we can perform it? I cannot perform it, right? So for that purpose, I need to first of all convert them into integer first. How you will convert them into integer? I'll take all of them one by one. Okay, so basically I'm doing something like for I in all of them, I'm using list comprehensions. Okay, so here you can see this is printing all the values one by one. Now, first of all, if I'm taking this one, sorry, so if I'm scrolling down, so if I'm taking this one, can I convert directly into integer? Definitely I cannot, because here is a comma in between. So what I will do, there might be a bigger number as well. Suppose if this is the number, can I directly convert it into integer? No, we cannot, because there are two commas. So what I will do, first of all, I will take the number, I will replace all the commas with nothing. Now if I'm executing it, all the commas are now replaced with nothing. And this is the same thing that I'm going to perform here. Okay, so I'm taking everything, I'm going to replace the comma with nothing. If the comma is there, it will be replaced. If comma is not there, no issues. Here you can see all the commas are now replaced. What I will do now whatever I will get, I will typecast it into integer. Okay. And here you can see we are also having 11.0. That's basically a string. That's basically a float. And that's also an issue here, that if we are having 11, if I'm converting into integer, we can convert it. But if I'm converting 11.0 to integer, it will get an error. So what do we need to do? We need to convert them into float first. Okay, and then we need to convert it into integer. Okay. And do the same here? Yes, we can do. What I need to do, we need to first of all convert them into float. So this is the value that we are getting. Now we need to convert them into integer so that all the exceptions can be handled automatically. This is the data that we are having now. And this is the list of votes we are having. What we will do, we'll simply write removing the movies with votes less than 5,000. Okay, so what we will do, we'll go for a for loop. I'll take for vote in votes, means I'm going through all the votes and I'm checking if vote is less than 5,000. Let's suppose if vote is more than 5,000, I'm using a new list. What I'll do, if votes is more than 5,000, then I will write votes underscore list, but append, I'll write those votes. Otherwise, what I'll do, I write votes underscore list dot append np dot null. Means if the value is more than 5,000, I take the values. Otherwise, I'll take the values as null. This is one way of doing it. Other way is you can directly fill all the values, and once all the values are filled, then you can easily write this method of conditions. Okay, so this is one method, and we can do it through the another one as well. I'm using another one now. So I'm taking votes. I'm taking the same data frame. From that, I'll take votes column, and in that way votes column, I'll pass the new votes now. So at the end, if I'm printing the data frame, that's fine. Okay, so here I think I need to load the data set again because the data is, I think, processed. Okay. So what we are doing here we are taking all the rows, all the votes column, replacing it, and after replacing all the things, this is what we are getting. Earlier, what we are having, the number of votes with the comma separated format. Now we are having the data in exact format as I want. So what I'll do now, I will perform this operation, removing the movies with votes less than 5,000. So what I can do in that case, I'll remove this part. I'll take TF of votes. Like if the votes are more than 5,000, I take only those ones. And let's display data frame again. And here you can see this time I'll have 12,308 rows only. Okay, all the movies with votes less than 5,000 are removed now. Same thing we can do with gross income as well. If the gross income is more than a particular threshold, only then yeah, I will proceed further with it. Otherwise I'll not. Right. Similarly, same thing you can go for directors as well. There are a lot of directors which are anonymous. You might be thinking, what are all these director IDs? Basically, this data set is huge. Okay, so we are going to discuss about what each ID means. Okay, we are also having a lot of other CSV files, other JSON files as well, which will help you to do the same thing in a different manner. So let's do the thing. Let's remove all the directors with the name anonymous. And how you will do it? The process is simple. Let's add a cell here. let's add a markdown, and here let's go with removing the rows with director's name as anonymous. Okay, and we need to convert it into markdown, removing the rows with the director name as anonymous. So what I'll do, we'll take director ID as anonymous. Sorry. So what I'll do, I'll take director ID. So if the director ID is equals to anonymous, these are all the ones. What I'll do, I'll take the data frame and pass it to the same. And if I'm displaying the data frame now, we are having even lesser number of movies. That is 1790 movies. But the best part about these movies are, these are the movies where we are having the whole data possible. Okay. So here you can see, okay, it should be the opposite of it, sorry. So I should do the reverse of it, but now I cannot do it because I'm keep on changing the original data set that we should not do. So because of that only, here you can see I need to perform the same throughout the data set. And what I will do now, once all the pre-processing is done, because I have removed almost all the things that I want to remove. Okay. Now what I will do, I will take this. Let's run it. So here you can see it's executed. So we are having 10,000 movies. So what I'll do, I'll take the data frame now. And this is the data frame. Let's suppose this is the final data frame that I want to work with. So the best part is now I'm only having 10,500 rows. So rather than proceeding further with 2.5 million rows, I just need to proceed further with 10,500 rows. Okay, this is not the optimum way as I've told you, because we are means losing almost 95% of the data set. That we should not do. 2.5 million to just 10,000, we have removed all the other rows just to tell you how the whole process works. Similarly, you can also perform the same operation on gross income, the same as we have done on votes, so that all the comma will be replaced, and through after a particular threshold only, I can proceed further, and rest of the thing I can remove. Now what I will do, this is the data frame that I want to work on, and I don't want to execute the earlier code again and again. So what I can do, I can save this particular data frame. Okay, and I can use df dot save, sorry, dd dot save. I think I'm just forgetting the name of the data frame. So df dot to csv, I think to underscore csv, if I'm not wrong. Yes, to underscore csv is the name of the function that we need to use. So from this to date to csv, here we need to pass a couple of things. Okay, first thing is, what should be the name of the csv? The name of the csv should be, let's suppose, preprocessed dot csv, and that's the data frame that I want to pre-process. And here I'm also writing index is equal to false. So if I'm executing it, here if I'm going and refreshing it, here you can see we are having pre-process.csv. This is a 3.97 MB file. Okay, and this is the CSV file that you can directly import and start working on it, because all the pre-processings are now done. Pre-processing takes a lot of time, a lot of efforts. Okay, and most of the time it happens is that the more time you are investing in data pre-processing, the lesser time it will take for you to analysis, because data pre-processing take a lot of time, a lot of efforts, because every column is having a different variety of values. Some of them are having strings, some of them are having numbers, some of them are having both of them. So how we can deal with it? That is something we need to That is something we need to know for sure. Okay, so that is pretty much about the data pre-processing part. And after that, what you can do, as I've told you, the process using cosine similarity, you can find all the movies, all the unique genres from those genres. Here you can see. Let's do one thing. Let me tell you now how you can work with the CSV file. Okay, and then we will proceed further into the assignment part that we are having. Okay. Okay, so let's do this now. For that purpose, what we will do, we need to take these CSV files. Okay, so this is the root file slash kaggle slash input slash imdb dataset. Okay, so if I'm copying this, pasting it here, this is the root file, imdb movies dataset. Inside that, we are having the genre folder. Inside that, I'm having another genre folder. And inside that, we are having all these CSV files. Let's take crime.csv. Inside that, we are having crime.csv. Let's take pd.read underscore csv. If I'm executing it, I'm getting into a data frame for sure. This is the data set that we are having. And in this data set here, you can see all these movies that we are having is having genre crime in it. Here you can see action, crime, drama, action, crime, drama. So either if it is a combination of crime or individually crime, all the movies will be here. Okay, so you can individually go to all the genres and check as well. How many movies are there in action? How many movies are there in adventure? Okay, so let's do that thing. That's the last thing, and then we'll proceed further into the assignment part. So what I can do, I'm importing OS library. Okay. OS is a library that will help you to perform the operating system task. So what I want to do, let's suppose I want to know how many CSV files are there in this folder genre. So what I'll do, I'll take os.list directory and I'll pass the whole path of the folder where I want to know about all the files. If I'm executing it, this will tell you about all the CSV files present in that folder. Okay, so what we will do, we can go for I in this, and if I'm printing I, these are all the CSV files we are having. Okay, and let's take file underscore name, and here as well, let's take file underscore name. So this is the root path. This is the name of the file. So if I'm printing both of them side by side, so this is the file path of first file, CSV file. This is the path of second CSV file. This is the path of third CSV file. Okay, and let's save it as file underscore path. And let's print file underscore path here. Okay, once we're having all file paths, what I'll do, I'm going to load all the files one by one. Let's take df underscore is equal to pd.read underscore csv. I'm loading this file path. After loading the file path, what I'll do, I'll display df the length of data frame. Let's print the file underscore name and the length of the data frame. Now, if I'm breaking it, so here you can see in adults.csv, we are having 50 files. Means 50 movies are there. Let's do one thing. Let's remove this break statement and then check what this data will execute. So here you can see in action, we are having 1,31,000 movies. In crime, 1,93,000 movies. In adventure, 3,54,000 movies. In thriller, these many movies. So this code is what this is doing. It is going through all the CSV file and printing you the data that you want. Okay, and this is how you can automate the task. If you are having 100 or even 1,000 CSV files, how you can proceed further with it. That's how simple it is. Okay, so now that's pretty much it. All the links of the code I am going to share it with you. And now let's jump into the assignment part now. Okay, and for that purpose, so that you can try it by yourself how all the things are doing. So do let me know if the screen is visible to you. This is a very huge data set. So I'm telling you in the beginning only how the whole things works. So this is Swiggy restaurant data set. It is structured in a bit different manner, but in the CSV format as well. It is structured in two different ways. Okay. So if I'm scrolling down here, you can see we are having data.json and swiggy.csv. Two things are there. Clear? Now, let's discuss about swiggy.csv. That's the main thing. Then, as we proceed further, I'll tell you a little bit about data.json as well, because that comes under NoSQL based data sets. Okay, so what is the swiggy.csv? Swiggy.csv, as I've told you, every restaurant that is listed on Swiggy is having an ID, a unique ID. So here that ID is mentioned. Then we are having the name of the restaurant, the city where it is located, uh, rating. Some of them are missing, some of them it's there. Too few ratings, how many people have rated it, that's something over here. If you want to know exactly, means sort all these restaurant based on the number of people we have rated it, these are the string. You need to manipulate the string to get these numbers out of it, and because on numbers you can perform ascending and descending order operations. Okay, same goes for the cost as well. Cost is just a string here because here we are having rupees sign, INR sign, that we need to remove. You need to pre-process the data set and then come up to a point. Here we are also having the cuisine, which cuisine that particular restaurant is serving. For example, if I'm talking about Janta Sweet House, so that's definitely serving sweets. For bakery and bakery as well. Every restaurant is having a license number, we are having that as well. We are having the link of that, so you can copy and paste the link in a new tab, and the restaurant link will be open, the restaurant will be open. And at the end, we are having the address of the restaurant, exact address of the restaurant. These are all the things that we are having for the data set. It's in the CSV format. Okay. Now, what for your practice, what are the things that you can do? For that purpose, you can click on code. Okay, the same link you can get in the description as well. If you click on Swiggy Data Analysis Assignment GFG. Okay, so here you can see this is the pre-written code that we are having. Once you are logged into this, you can click on edit, and this notebook will be opened on your system so that you can directly write the code from here. This is basically loading the data set, and then there are a couple of questions that I would like you to answer. If you answer these questions, then I can have a surety, okay, whatever we have discussed so far, you understand each and every point. Okay, and for that purpose, let me clarify what these questions are. So the first question is restaurant with maximum rating in Abohar. That means Abohar is a city. So what we need to do, we need to find a restaurant with the maximum rating in Abohar. And what we need to do, we need to print the name of that restaurant. Simple, very simple question. If anyone is having any doubt at any point of time, do let me know. Okay. So the second question is number of cities where Swiggy is having their restaurants listed. And here it is including subregions. Okay. Now let me tell you what are the subregions or the city. So basically there are a couple of cities where the restaurants are listed. For example, Abohar, it's in Punjab. But there are a couple of cities where restaurants are not listed directly. There are sub-regions. For example, if I'm talking about Delhi, so Delhi is a big place. So in Delhi, we cannot have directly the restaurant. Delhi is divided into multiple sub-regions. Okay. So what we need to do, we need to go to Delhi. Inside Delhi, we need to select our sub-regions, and in that sub-region, we need to select the restaurant. Okay. And for those big cities like Delhi, we are having, let's suppose, a region in Delhi, comma Delhi. In Noida, for example, if I'm talking about Noida, so for a region, let's suppose if I want to order something, I'll order from sector 137, comma Noida. Right? This is how it is located. If we are having sub-regions, then this is how it is located with a comma. If it is just a city, then it will be displayed. It was just the name of the city. For example, if I go back to data and display you the CSV file, let's scroll it a little bit in, so that you will have a better understandings. For example, here you can see in Adityapur, it is just a city, okay, which is having all these restaurants. But if I'm keep on scrolling it until unless I found a city with a couple of sub-regions as well. Here you can see we are having Adoni, we are having Agartala, we are having Agra. Agra is not also not having any sub-regions, it's just a city. But soon we will be reached to Ahmedabad if I'm not wrong. So Agra is having a lot of restaurants. So here you can see after Agra, we are having the structure a bit different. We are having Vastrapur in Ahmedabad. So Ahmedabad is a city, Vastrapur is a sub-region, is a region inside that city. Okay, so definitely in Ahmedabad we are having different region as well instead of Vastrapur. So we are scrolling down to find okay if there are any other regions as well. How you will find the answer, that's totally up to you. There are thousands of ways to do the same thing. Here you can see in Ahmedabad we are having Gota as well, which is another sub-regions of Ahmedabad. Okay, so this is about the data set, how it is structured. And the second question is number of cities including their sub-regions where Swiggy is having their restaurant. That means I will not only include Ahmedabad, but in Ahmedabad I will include Gastrapur. In Ahmedabad I'll include Gota as well. Okay, that's about number of cities, including the sub-regions where the restaurants are listed throughout the data set. Third question is number of cities which does not include the sub-region. That means if there is a city which is having sub-regions, I will not include those sub-regions. For example, in Ahmedabad, we are having multiple sub-regions. I not include them. I just take the name of the city. I not include the rest, the sub-regions. That's totally up to you how you are dealing with it, but the question will be the same. The answer will remain the same. Okay. Now, the last two questions, and these are some of the optionals that you can proceed further as well. Okay. So next we are having uh, the city with the maximum number of restaurants listed on Swiggy. Okay, city with maximum number of restaurants. So in this particular case, what we need to do, I'll try to pre-process this data set a little bit in the beginning only so that you will have a clear understanding how the things will be done. So here you can see the city with the maximum number of restaurants listed on Swiggy. In this particular case, what we need to do, you need to find how many restaurants are there in each city. You'll find the number of restaurants in Abohar, then Agra, then Ahmedabad, in all the different cities. And then based on the number of data that you are having, you will sort them and find the city uh, with the maximum value, with the maximum number of restaurants. Simple. Now, if I'm talking about restaurant chain with the maximum number of branches, this is a bit typical question, but will give you a better understanding if you are going through all the different cities and checking out basically what's there. So if I'm talking about restaurant chains, so let's take an example of Domino's. Let's take an example of McD or KFC. KFC names the same in Ahmedabad, in Bangalore, in Delhi, in Noida, right? The name of the restaurant will remain the same because they are restaurant chains. Okay, but this data set will help you to know how many branches are there in this data set listed. How many branches of KFC is there? How many branches of Domino's is there? How many branches of McD is there? Now, a very simple answer, because from the general knowledge as well, we can say most of the branches will be of one of these four brands only: KFC, McD, Domino's, and you can name Haldiram as well. Okay, because these are the restaurant chains which you can see in most of the places. But yes, from the data set, you can find these things. These are the five most important questions that you need to answer. You need to write the logic, you need to find the answer, and one thing that I forgot to mention is about the group by function. So I'll go back to the data set and tell you how these things works. But before jumping into that, I would like to tell you these are the five questions. You will find the answer. Once you find the answer, you can go to the description because there is already a link of Swiki data analysis assignment, and in that particular assignment, what you need to do, you need to go click on that, you need to register yourself, and these are the five questions that you need to answer. Okay, and then based on that you can see like how much you learn. Okay, and you can also see, because this is a live data set, this is an actual data that is grabbed from Swiggy's website. Okay, and this will make you understand the things in a better manner, because this is having the exact address, this is even having the license number. So how real data set you want? That's the most realistic data set that we can have. Okay, we can also have live restaurants, like if there are multiple restaurants that if it is open now or not, then for that purpose you need to run all these codes live, that is scrapping all the things live. But this is a pre-scrap data set, so I hope you understand how to deal with it. Okay, these are some of the optional things that you can perform. There's no marks for that, but you can still try to get a better understanding how thing works. Okay, so you need to find the answer. Once the answer is found, you can go to the Swiggy analysis assignment, links in the description. Here, there you can find the exact date and time, when it's open, when it's going to close. You are having a couple of days to proceed further with it. But first of all, the questions are with you, the data set is with you. You will find the answer to all these questions. Once you find the answer, then you need to go to the assignment link where you need to submit the solution, and then you will have a time of 2 hours, then you can submit the solutions there. Okay, you can go to the links in the description to have a better understanding how all these things works. Okay, now let's jump back and discuss about the one last thing that we have missed, which is about the group by functions. So for that purpose, let me get back to where we were in the beginning. So okay, so I'm hoping the screen is visible to you, and yes, it is. So what I will do now, let's load the data set, like this data set that we are having. The pre-process, okay, so actually I've messed the things. It should be, I've load this crime.csv. Okay, so let's do one thing, let's load the whole data set again. Okay, and from the data set only, let me tell you how you can make groups and know how the things are working, like the questions that we are having, how you will find how many restaurants are there with a specific name, how many KFCs are there, how many Domino's are there. You can find it individually, but throughout the data set, how you can find it without with automating the process. So if I'm heading towards the data set, like vf.head, this will display with the data set, and from this data set you can remove all the unnecessary things. I'm going to remove some of the unnecessary things, but because that's important to remove because the data set will be otherwise very huge and it will take a lot of time to pre-process. So because of that, I'm removing couple of things from here, removing the directors, the anonymous ones, and once that part is done, here I will start working on it. So here you can see if I'm displaying the head of it, it is taking some time to do so. I don't know why it is taking it. Might be because of the internet connection or anything. No issues. If anyone is having any question at any point of time, so far, do let me know in the chats. Okay, it might be of anything. Do let me know in the chat if anyone is having any question. Okay, so you can see everything is sorted. So what we will do, this is the data frame that I'm having. This is having 10,589 rows. If I'm writing dot describe, this will give you a basic description about the data set. Okay, what are the values we are having? You can select a particular column as well. Okay, now the question is, how many unique IDs are there? Let's suppose if I want to know how many unique IDs are there, def of I'll take ID dot unique. I want to know about the number of unique IDs. So number of unique IDs are 10,589, right? And if I want to know about the number of unique names, okay, the number of unique names are 10,198. Okay, so what do we mean by that? We mean that is 10,589 minus 10,198. There are 391 movies or series which are having duplicate names. Okay, if I want to find out what are those movies, what's the name of those movies, so what I can do, I can take the help of group by functions in that. Let's see how that works. So what I can do, I can take the data frame. From the data frame, I perform group by. I want to make the groups. Okay. By which factor I want to make the groups? I want to make the groups based on name column. Okay. So what will happen? It will find first of all the unique values in name. The Godfather is one of them. The Death of Nile is one of them. The Bad Guy is another one. The Godfather Part 2 is another one. Okay, and then what it will do, it will make the groups of all of them. Let's suppose if there are two movies with the same name, the bad guy, so it will make the group of that name. Okay, and the same thing is happening here. If I'm making the group by name and executing it, it has made that group with the name column. Okay, now what do we want? We want to print the movies with the with the most common name, what I would say. Okay, so in that particular case, what I will do, I'll take size. So what will happen, it will take the Godfather. How many movies are there with the name Godfather? One. Means so far as I can see, Death on Nile, one. The Bad Guys, one. The Godfather, one. If I'm writing size, it will tell you how many movies are there with a specific name. So if I'm executing it, there are two movies with the name Doctor Who, right? So what you will do, once you find this, you can go for Doctor Who and check if that is correct or not. So I can go for this. I can go for Doctor Who. How many movies are there with the name Doctor Who? So here you can see the Doctor Who. I think I might have missed a couple of spaces from here. Let's try with a space in the beginning. Yes. So here you can see with the Doctor Who, we are having two movies. One is having 8.2 rating, one is having 8.9. Both of them are having different IDs. One is of 75 minutes, another one is of 60 minutes. Same gross income, different votes. So this is what the data is. Okay. Now what I want to know about, let's suppose the most common movie name which is repeated most of the time. What I can do, I can sort the values. I can sort these values. If I'm executing it, it should be a dot. So here you can see The Mummy is the movie which is present 4 times. Mummy is the most common name, but I would say throughout the data set. Okay, so if I'm going for the mummy, I think we need to add space in the beginning or a space at the end. That is something that will help you to do as we do the data pre-processing. So here you can see there are actually 4 movies. The Mummy came in 1999, 1959, 32, 2017. Different kind of certificates are there. Tom Cruise is the one that is something I watched recently, and these rest of them you can see. Then we are having the Christmas Carrot as well, 4 times. The Hound of Baskervilles. Okay, so these are the different movies that we are having. Let's do one thing. Okay, I know that might be computationally expensive, but let's run it. Okay, on the whole data set to check how it is going to perform. Okay, so we are loading the whole data set again, and now I'm going to perform the group by the sort values, and I'm sure it's going to take some time. Oh, that's really great. That is, it has not taken that much of time. So here you can see eat bullag. I don't know how to pronounce this name, but this is the one where we are having 10,000 different episodes. So what we can do, we can search for this one, right? We can go for df of name is equals to, and here you can see this is one of it. This is the data frame. It bulaga is just it should be repressed, means copied 100,000 times, but I don't know why it is not displaying. But you can check now. You're having better understanding how the things are sorting. So because I want to take it in the sorted order ascending, so here I'm writing ascending is equals to false, so that I can get the data in the descending order. And if I want to display the top 5 of them, these are the top 5. Okay, ASAP is one of them. The Prince is Right is another one. Jeopardy is another one. Okay, so let's do one thing. Let's check Jeopardy. There you can see for Jeopardy, these are the ones that is repeating itself, and it's from 1984, 64, 95, and all these values are there. Okay, so this is how group by function works. Clear? This is how we can make the groups of a specific type. Clear? Similarly, if I'm writing df.head here, okay, you can go for some other groups as well. You can make the groups based on a genre, which genre is most common. Okay, so you can easily go for genre. You can go for df of name. Instead of name, you can take genre column, and in the genre here you can see the game and show. The game and show is there, and most of them are game and show here. And because I've displayed it again, so it might take a couple of seconds more as it has taken earlier. So I'll just stop that part. I'll not proceed further for now. And I will, once that part is done, you can also perform the same as per the genre. So it will tell you which genre is most important, and then you can sort the values. And you can also write ascending is equals to false. Sorted, everything is sorted, and then you can execute it, and then you will get the values in the most sorted format. So group by is a function that will help you to answer some of the questions that are there in the assignment. Okay, so check the link in the description. If anyone is having anything, do let me know in the chats. And how's the session? If you have enjoyed the session, do let me know that as well. I'm hoping you have learned something new in this, because we have worked on 3 different data sets. IMDb of top 250 ratings, IMDb big data set where we have 2.5 million rows, and we are also having one more data set that we have discussed, and that is of Swiggy. Okay, so that's pretty much it, everyone. Thank you. Make sure to go for the contest. That's very important for you to evaluate by yourself and evaluation by us as well, because there are a couple of questions that you need to answer to check like the time that you have invested. Everything will be worth it definitely if you are going through the assignment. Links are given in the description. Links of the data sets are also given in the description. Links of my LinkedIn is also given in the description. So if you are having any query, any doubt, if you want to means any mentorship or any guidance, I'll be more than happy to answer that. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Thank you everyone, and thank you everyone. Bye, and best of luck for the assignment.